All right, so, oh, that's looking like high quality green screen today. In today's video, you ever have one of those games where your team is getting absolutely destroyed and getting help? You're just basically in spawn for like 3 minutes. Do you ever have those games with this chance you can come back and win those? That's what this game's about. It's a Gold 5 Sojourn. Will they be able to win it? Will they be able to lose it? I don't know. We'll find out. And this quality keeps getting better and better. What can I say? This is great. This is wonderful. Look at that. That's so good.
A Gold 5 Sojourn. I don't get to see too much Sojourn gameplay nowadays. Be careful of standing still as much as you were there. It's okay. Because of that exact reasoning. When you're playing Sojourn, if you stand still, it makes it a lot easier for the Widow to hit the shot. What rank? Gold 5. Yep, so far, it's been like, you're kind of not paying attention to where they're at. You're more just like hard focusing on somebody and not really looking around. So you want to kind of be aware of like the angles you're going to be shot at. Crank Angel, thanks for the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. What if you stand still against the Widow as Junkrat? Oh, you'll be fine. So do you see how you're like hard focused on that one target, but you're not really worrying about like the angle to your left? So what you're doing now is you're basically just giving them free limbs over and over again. So one recommendation, and I'm going to show you something, chat. You ready for this? I'm going to introduce you to another doorway that nobody uses in Dorado. Well, people do. This doorway. Ever having an issue getting stuck in spawn? Let me introduce you to the bottom right door. When you get down here, most of these sight lines are fixed. When you get here, if you look at the sight lines. The only sight line you have to worry about is when you cross over here. Now you can go up here and take the high ground. See? So that is what you will want to do in this situation. He said if the Doom punches you off the map, the Doom punches you off the map. But it's going to be a lot better than what's going on right now. And there you go. That's how you would escape this, and that's how you end up on the high ground up here. All right? Now, when I play Dorado, I don't go out that doorway more than... I should go out there almost as a default strat sometimes. I just don't. Okay, a little bit more movement on this one now, which is good. I want you to be careful of... Remember the sight line. Remember what I was talking about. You're not... Okay, you're kind of paying attention to it now, but, like... Yeah, get the Widow. Oh, no one saw it. No one saw that. No one saw that. You're fine. Yeah, they're going to be up there, so you want to use your movement. All right. Third time's a charm. Don't you worry. You got this. Are you ready? Nope, no, you can do this. Listen, it's okay. All right? It's okay. You don't want to go up on the high ground. You're faking them out. That's what it was. That's what it was. It was all a prank. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep. Yeah, you're kind of... I can already tell one of your major issues right now is you just kind of don't go to anywhere on the map. Like, you're not going for map control. You're kind of sticking with your team. When you off-angle, you put yourself at 5 different angles to be shot from. You need to start to think of places that are advantageous for you and the other team will not be able to just get a free pick on you. Because so far, you've been basically giving them a free pick. Don't run into that. That's... All right, well, you know, sometimes you feel bad that Doomfist ult is hard to get a limbs. You wanted that, you know, it's all about everybody having fun, right? Now that Doomfist is having fun, and that's what matters. Okay. So, what I need you to do here is I want you to focus on a good position that will be beneficial. You know what? This is fine. There you go. Being aggressive. You're going to win this team fight. Nice job. Good ultimate. Good ult. Okay. So now, I want you to gravitate more towards the high ground initially. You can go back main because you have that mobility. But I want you to just go right side stairs. Let's head on over to the after. Ooh, nice shot. I still think you'll benefit from going right side stairs for just a quick second because you go up on the high ground above you. All right, your team really wanted to get this Doomfist. All right, you can stick with your team now. All right, now let's go get that high ground. Let's go and get that high ground. Don't need to go on cart. You're on Sojourn. All right, let's head to the cart. See your Emongg is going to the high ground? Go join them. Let's go ahead over there and join them on high ground. Go over there and
All systems on optimal level.
So I'm going to show you something. This cart would have been right here if you had pretty much one on cart. Literally right here, you have high ground. What is the one thing on Dorado that can benefit the defensive team is when you give them the map control. The reason why if you get an early pick like that in a team wipe, you want to take the high ground is because you can prevent them coming out from these small doorways. And if they can't go out those doorways, they end up going here and they all end up here. But then they lose high ground control. And because they lose high ground control, your cart will go further. Instead, when you play low ground and just sit on the cart there and you don't use your range to benefit your team, the cart will just end up here because they're going to win the team fight because your teammates who do go high ground are going to be isolated in 1v5s, even though they are making the correct play and you're just sitting on the cart. Now, in theory, they should back up to where you are on the cart because at this point, they're pretty much by themselves, but what you should be doing is going high ground with them and benefiting them and helping them because you can use your AoE on this door, you can right-click them across the map over on this door, then you'll win the team fight or have a better opportunity. But when you give them that opportunity to run through the doorways, this is what happens. You end up in a 5v3 and the cart's about 5 more meters than it would have been when you kept 3. To summarize, go high ground. Yeah, just go high ground. Benefit your team. But this is why, like, I feel like you should go high ground. Because now you're in a spot where... Now, keep in mind, not high ground right here, but this is like... You've now given up about 2 minutes of time where you're going to be forced to use your ultimates. It just... On a map like Dorado, a really good comfort spot is getting to, like, third point with, like, 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. And when you give up that opportunity just to kind of get that extra 5 meters of cart push, it makes the map a lot more difficult for you, especially with the way their team plays. Their team plays very aggressive, so, like, you can definitely, like, prevent them from being able to get second point by just doing that. And you're still kind of struggling with that a little bit here, so.
This ends now.
High ground. All right. I mean, it was a good ult. You got some shots. I'm okay with that. I would have preferred if you went high ground with it, but... Okay. You got the point. Now you have a minute 30. One thing, and just to talk about the high ground very quickly, chat. One thing I'm trying to get in the, it's more about... I'm not saying that high ground will be massively beneficial in, like, a silver game with your whole team. I mean, and this is gold, right? But, like... But what I'm saying is, if you make a habit out of taking high ground, it will be a good thing to have because you can always drop to the low ground if your teammates aren't taking that high ground. You get what I'm saying? You can still path and go certain ways on a map and still be able to just drop down and help your team. But, like, getting in the mindset of, like, putting yourself in good position will benefit you, like, over time as you climb through ranked. But right now, you're just kind of sitting on low ground. See? So it's just something that I noticed a lot, and I try to bring that out. So.
Confirmed.
All right, go to the bridge above you. Go to the... Hey, you know what? We'll take it. This is close enough. I mean, listen, the reason why you don't want to do that is because of that exact reason, but at least you got the... At least you know what? At least you used your mobility finally, and that's a step in the right direction. Okay? That's a step in the right direction. They're like, well, yeah, I'm on the higher ground there. It's a ramp going up, but... See the bridge? Right above you, to your right. To your right. Right up there in that bridge. If you go right there, yep. Nope, okay, we're gonna... Now, I know you get the team fight, but if you just go up here, I want you to think about, like, what can their team do against you when you're playing this far back? If you sit on the cart and stack, it gives them opportunity to make a play. Doomfist comes in, hits a slam, punches 3 of you, you can't follow up, you lose 1, they come back, they use this, they use that, they go back to spawn, you go back to spawn, you reset. That's why I want you to just go up here, because you go up here, they can't go for you. See? You got the point, but I'm just giving you an example of why that would be good. Honestly, considering your team was getting held for the first 3 minutes and you have time on the clock, pretty good. Oh, your PC crashed? No, the replay viewer does that sometimes. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, wait, do you see how that Soldier 76 stood still there? And, like, you were like, okay, I'm going to be able to possibly get this elim. Do you see how easy of an elim that was going to be for you if they just stood there? That was the equivalent of what you did against the Widow when you just stood in the doorway at the beginning of the spawn door. So sometimes, like, if you can see that example, you'll see exactly how it will look from their point of view and why it would be such a free elim for them when they're on Widow, right? You know what I'm saying?
That feels much better.
That's fine to look behind you. Be wary of in front of you, too. Don't. Man, you've been... This has been a battle trying to get up in that high ground right there. Hey, there we go! That's what there we go, finally! See that Ana scope did not moving? Same concept, you see what I'm saying? So that was the equivalent of what you were doing on attack, and that's why you want to try to minimize that. So that way it's a little bit easier for you, and a lot harder for them to be able to get those picks. This is what we talk about sometimes with like movement, where like you may think like, oh, I'm absolutely dominant right now, but if you're just standing still, you become a free pick a lot of the time. Bionic Ted, thanks for the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks for the tier 1. You helped, and that's what matters. Still have the right idea here. You do want to get an effective right click for your team. All right, waiting for it. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. I would save your ult. Yeah, I definitely would save your ult. That's fine. Honestly, they're going to have their ults. Remember that? You're going to lose a team fight based off of ultimate. So, like, if you ever lose a team fight like that, like, don't be upset. Like, oh, we lost a point. What are you doing? We should have done this. It's fine to lose a team fight. You have plenty of time to retake this, and you have a really good ultimate in Sojourn. So I'd like to see you go in here and do this. Your teammates are kind of going in one by one. I would maybe... We'll see. Yep. Yeah, so there's a certain point where you kind of look at what you have, and if you're going to pop your ultimate, you can't run into the Ramatra. All right? You just can't, because the Ramatra can easily get you there. So I don't mind you being aggressive with your ult, but you need to look for a better spot. If you get 2 elims, slide to the point and try to buy time for your teammates to get there. Oh, here we go again. So you can go up the stairs on the right side if for some reason you're not able to use your movement to get to high ground. So I don't want you to find yourself default into the low ground here again. Yeah, there's plenty of time where, like, that cart can push. It's fine. All right. All right, this is your timing. Plenty of time to fall back now. Actually, you can play an angle here if you want to. If your team isn't, though, I would recommend falling back on high ground. Yep, I would back up just a little bit here in a second. All right, your team's in. Just play. Just play there. All right, you know what? Your team's playing somewhat aggressive. I'm fine with it. Yep. You can play here. Play here. If your team's going to play aggro, it's okay. Nice shot. I'm okay with this. You're able to help your team. Your team was not going in aggressively at first. Now they are. This is totally fine. Nice shot. Mura just popped off. If your team's going to play close, this is fine.
Nearly ready to overclock.
One thing I want you to still get in the habit of is not just standing there doing nothing after a team fight is lost. Or won. Sorry, excuse me, after a team fight is won. You can go and, like, just set up on a little bit better of a spot. Just don't stand there, because every time you stand there in between a team fight, it's less and less likely you'll have good position. Do not ult this. Do not ult this. Die in cart. Perfect. That is a best case scenario right there. You didn't have to do anything, and they used ults. That is perfect. Top left. Top left or top right? Top left or top right? Top left or top right? Don't go middle. Go top left or top right. Let's head over to top left right now if we can. It looks like top right might be... Let's head on over there in a second. Top left or top right here? Let's head to a spot that's a little bit more... Yep. A little bit more... Oh, well... What are you missing? The high ground.
Let them keep pushing. Stop that payload. Disrupting. This ends now.
Okay, so we're gonna reset for a second. Like, I hope that when you watch this VOD back, you kind of start to see why we are so adamant about you trying to default to the high ground. Because, like, you're defaulting to the middle of the open. And the more that you go into the middle of the open, the less likely you can escape any of the plays that they're making. So, like, the reason why positioning is so key is not only because it's good to be in good position and you can minimize how much they get you, but when you stand in the middle, where can you escape to? When you're right here, at all moments, you have to spend so much time that not only do you have to use all of your cooldowns, your teammates have to waste their cooldowns, and then when their team finally is able to make a play because they didn't have to use any cooldowns and you stand in the middle of the open, you don't have what you need. Right? And that's what happens. That's why you need to start to just hit the button and spawn. Like right when you spawned up there, just hit the interact key. You'll go back here. You'll be with your team. You'll be in a better spot. Right? Like, go over here. Don't use your ultimate. Go back this way. Go high ground. Rotate around. These are things you want to do because otherwise that's what will happen. And you could sit there and maybe go, oh, why aren't you healing me, supports, etc. That ain't going to change anything. You're going to get rolled there. Top left.
They're moving the payload. Shut it down.
High ground. This is good. This is a good spot right here. I like this. I want you to see how much more time you have up here outside of the Genji goes for you. From a survivability point of view. You still got rolled, but the soldier went for high ground and you had high ground. We take those. If that soldier didn't go for you, you were fine. But look what the soldier did. They went for high ground. You see? See the difference here? And how your attack was in this map too? I like that. It's okay if you go high ground and get rolled. Look where the soldier's at now. See how, remember earlier when I mentioned where you want to be on a spot? You see how you have to worry about 3 different angles now? You see that soldier? It's tough for them up there. I mean, it's easy for them up there. They're like, ah, whatever, we'll be fine. You see? Easy. So that's why high ground can be so important. All right, let's continue on here.
Not so fast.
Nice pick. Good job.
Dodge this.
Hold up the defense for just a little longer.
Good positioning right now. Good position. Do not drop down. Do not drop down. Unless this happens. Yeah, you can't do anything about that. All right.
Area denial.
Now keep in mind, I'm not talking about the high ground too much right here because they had the numbers advantage on point. You can do this. Nice shot. Be careful in a second here. Yeah, let's put your AoE on the point. Nice. Good hold. That's a good AoE usage of your what is it, disruptor whatever it's called. Look at your Reinhardt, by the way. Let's go! They took that high ground spot. They didn't even see it coming. Oh, that's what we love to see.
We are falling apart. Sails empowered and ready to fire. We're on our way.
Nice. You should just win this game.
Dodge this.
You just win. This is just a dub.
Enemy down.
All right. Good job getting the dub after especially how that start was. Good job getting that dub. Okay, I do want to show you, though. This is like, after watching that, good job on the win. But there's one thing that you can improve on, and I think is a good way to explain this, all right?
So basically, we're seeing a lot of this, okay? Right? So we're seeing a lot of this, all right? You going low ground. What we want to see is more of this. Going up to the high ground, okay? I think if you fix that and you default that to your play style, you'll be in a really good spot. If you keep doing that, you're going to have games like this where you win and games like that where you lose. So fix that and you'll be fine.
Anyway, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, sub to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. Getting close to everyday uploads now, so make sure to sub to all 3 if you haven't. A lot of different types of videos on each of them. If you want to submit your own spectate and look in the description below, you will see my Discord. My Discord is where you would do that. Also, follow everything in the description because then you would follow everything, and that means you follow everything. We record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat right there below the webcam. That is the Twitch chat. Robbing out, having a good time here. Make sure to stop by if you haven't. With that being said, hope you all have an amazing day/night.